Australia we have this kind of tradition of damper. We all know what damper is, and that's what we call it, flour and water, like a bit of a scone kind of thing. But with the pioneers, they didn't call it damper. They had some other names for it, like a flatbread or Johnny hotcakes or something. I think that's pancakes, but it's a similar type of thing. It's just flour, making use of flour. If they had milk, they could use milk. But basically, if you had flour, you had food and some water. Now, on the trek, there were times when the pioneers had really little food. And do you know how much they were rationed down to? Does anyone know?
Yeah.
How much flour they were rationed down to?
As much.
2 ounces?
30 grams?
Like a cup.
1 gram?
Something like that.
It's less than a cup.
It was something like 30 grams, which is like barely, not even a handful. It was like a quarter of a cup of flour, and that's all they had to eat for the whole entire day. So what happened was that they started off with rations, but as the journey goes along and they eat it, and then they can't replenish it, or they lose food along the way, wagons tip over and get spoiled, whatever. And they had to share, and the captain of the company had to decide how to work it. So the company was made up of different families. So we're actually trekking on one great big company made up of about 5 or 6 families. So the captain of the company had to know how much supplies that they were all carrying and to make it last, because they didn't know when the next lot was coming. And so the rations went, and also they could only carry so much food as well. And so the rations dwindled and dwindled until they got right down to like just a little handful each day, and that had to go to them. And so if they had flour, they could make something to eat. So this is what we're going to do. Now, on trek in your family, you will not be getting a bag as big as this to last. It will just be a 1 kilo, and you don't even know when it's going to appear, when you're going to have it to eat. But I thought what we'll do tonight is we'll just go through it so that you can be of assistance to your ma and your pa in making it. All right, so does anyone, first of all, know how to make some damper?
You put water in flour.
Basically, that's it. That is it. Okay, what I'm going to do, we're going to just mix up a dough, and then if perhaps some of you could shoot off and wash your hands even, we can get you to make some, and we'll put them in little packets and we'll cook them in the oven. All right? So, now, yeah, thank you. So I'm just going to make
With the New Zealand every family.
well, it's nice and
Guys, you might want to actually watch this, because if you have to make it and you have no idea, you're going to go hungry and you'll be eating flour.
Different because she's going to stay.
That's definitely
okay. How are we looking? How do you know when it's ready? Who's talking over here? How do you know?
A bit more water.
Do you think? Alright, it's pretty moist.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. How much? Alright, now it's a bit wet on top. Okay, so it's picked up, it's made into a ball and it's picked up all the flowers in the bowl, alright? So we've got a nice... Alright, so what we're going to
Michelle, these girls have washed their hands.
We're going to just put a little bit of flour. Why am I putting flour on here?
So it doesn't stick.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to eat metal.
that's right. And you're just going to break off just a little bit. Pass it down like that. Hold it. I'm ready. Okay, that's what we're doing.
Very good.